Hello and welcome to a race that kind of blew me away. We are at Lime Rock Park, and there's a tip I've got for you first things first here. Whatever your sensitivity is, drop it by 2 or even 3 notches. That really helps. Oh wait, one more thing we have to do. There's a sign over here that's really bothering me. At least 350 for a minimum, not 35. Now, we're over in Tier 11 of the Limited Series, and we are about to do some serious lawnmower mode that really shocked me. Like, this is a gargantuan cut. And, I mean, that was kind of sloppy. I'm going to do better on that. I thought with a cut that big, surely the earnings can't be any good. No, actually, the earnings are pretty good. And you don't want to take that cut all the time, but I tried doing this race multiple times without ever once taking a cut, and I could just get to the perpetual point, but I couldn't keep it going. So then I did a test where I took this cut every single time, and the earnings surprised me. So then I did this is my in-between try, where I'm doing the cutting most of the time, but after I get to the perpetual point, I'm going to start skipping that cut and just see how that works for me. And we'll just see what that looks like earnings-wise. But I tell you, this is a really good earnings race. We're going to get into all that. I am fully upgraded, so you need to know that. This is my main account, definitely fully upgraded, and we're going to skip ahead here at certain points. Yeah, I will skip ahead here at the end of the third lap to going into the future a bit here of the race. This chicane, man, this is tricky. The camera angle is definitely really strange here, and I think a lot of that is because this was made for Real Racing Next, the game that they canceled. So I thought that was part of it, but maybe not. By the way, we're warping ahead. Interlagos and the Formula E tracks also use this kind of weird camera angle. The way it follows the car is weird, and I find it leaves me kind of blind through this chicane. So if you're used to doing bonnet view or even driver view, you probably are having an easier time through that chicane. But for the most part, I like chase view. So already you can see these guys are fast, and I thought I could get the inside line on this guy. I couldn't. And now that's a pretty heavy hit, so I'm going to finish the rest of this lap on track, and then we'll just take a look once I get to the back section. It's pretty intense for the most part, so I'm going to wait till I'm getting to the start-finish straight before I do a windshield check and just seeing if I lost any performance there. Because at this point, definitely, if I've got a cracked windshield, I need to know that. Okay, it seems okay. In this car, a cracked windshield doesn't hurt your speed too much. It definitely affects your handling. So I'd have to start driving differently, and it's good to know that. So there we go. This is better. I actually overtook him. That's why he's stopping. It's kind of strange. I overtook him while I was off track. So here we're getting into the perpetual point, and just remember, it's not necessarily about distance. It's about passing 42 cars. So if I don't take any cuts, I can get into 40 kilometers and not hit the perpetual point. Warping ahead some more here. So let's just see what this looks like. This is where I'm going to start to try to keep it on track. And I haven't practiced this very much, so I wasn't quite sure. How do we get around these jokers? Like, they really overbreak the chicane. Ooh, can I get you there? Nope, can't get inside. I've had a few taps already, and the game definitely remembers the level of damage you have. There's only so many light taps you got before you get real damage. So it's probably going to surprise us at some point. You're okay, there we go. Oh, I didn't get him. Oh, nuts. Okay, well, I'm going to try to get back on track while maintaining speed. It's really hard because I don't know if you noticed that the car pulsates. So if you drive off track for a long time, you'll feel there's a pulse that happens, and it pulls on your car. And if you try to counteract that pulse too much, when it releases, you will really lose traction. So you can't steer too aggressively if you're trying to maintain speed. So that was horrible. That was me just trying to save a big mistake. Let's see if I can do better. Well, I better refill my clock. I don't need the stress of a low clock. Okay, so now I'm going to refill the clock, and then we can try this again. Oh my goodness. Look how close the bots are. Man, I must be running some pretty fast lap times. I'm very surprised. I did not expect them to be so close. Okay, so let's warp ahead some more. And just where I've worked on some of the kinks a little bit. So we're jumping ahead some more here, way into lap 28. And I went past 50 kilometers because I'm really trying to work this out. Okay, can I pass there? Oh, didn't mean to do that. And then the chicane braking early is great. You can really zip around these guys. Like, that's surprising. Very nice. And this is full throttle. You got to start your turn early here, or else you're going to slide off track. I actually had that happen a few times, sliding off track because I was starting my turn too late. So start your turns early. Very little braking points actually needed here if you want to keep it all on track. Getting the inside pass here is a good zone to do that in. And then if you're careful at the chicane, you can get one more here. And I'm refilling my timer. So once you hit the perpetual point, you could probably skip that cut all the time. And I think that would work. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. So anyway, I'm loving this track. We're gonna actually not go too much further. Lap 30. That's pretty good. And again, I'm gonna try to get that inside overtake here. Hey, it worked again. So that's a really good line. And then blast through this. And oh, really? Oh my goodness, like I said, damage adds up. That was a very light tap, but it added up all my taps. Okay, something really crazy happens. I've never, ever seen this before. I'm going back to end this at 64 kilometers. There are bots behind me. That's not the surprise. Watch very closely. You're gonna see these cars, boom, they're suddenly gone. That has never happened before. I've never seen it. Actual race time, 14 minutes and 19 seconds. So guys, I was earning 1,125 fame per minute fully upgraded. And that was with several bigger off-track mistakes, so more earnings are possible. Please like and subscribe. Here's another video from the limited series. You can earn a lot there too, and I will see you out there on the track.